All right, guys, how's it going? We've got a game here for you today. This is on Sunday, actually, May 29th, 1949. The Senators of the Red Sox, and Boston is in first place, 23-14, a half game over the Indians. And here's Eddie Robinson, who hits a ground ball over to Bobby Doerr at second, who makes the play and throws on to first, one away. Mickey Harris on the mound here for the Red Sox, 2-2. It's a ball to Bud Stewart, 5.29 the ERA. There's a strike, 1-1. Stewart's hitting 350. Ball to Stewart is 2-1, and that's another ball on him. 3-1 now the count. Ground ball right side. Doerr has that again, throws over to first base, and that goes past Goodman, but Tubbets is there to back him up as he should be, and Stewart reaches aboard with the air. Here now is Clyde Fulmer, who takes a strike, 0-1. Foul to the left side, out of play, 0-2, and there's a swing and a miss by Fulmer. He's gone. 2 away. Here's Al Evans. That's a strike to Evans, breaking ball, and there's a ball to him, 1-1. That's off the plate, 2-1 on Al. Ground ball first base. Goodman flips over to Harris, covering at the bag, and we go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Sid Hudson here on the mound for Washington. 1-5 his record, 4.37 ERA. Facing Ted Williams. There's a strike in there to Ted, and that's a hanger lined into right center field, and that's going to be all the way to the wall. It's over Lewis's head, and Williams has a double. And that'll bring up Vern Stevens. And here come the Red Sox already. Runner in scoring position. There's a foul ball by Stevens, 0-1. That's a sinker low, 1-1. That's low, 2-1. That breaking ball is wide, so it's 3-1 now on Vern. He'll take this one, and that's a strike. Full count now on Vern. It's fouled away. The count remains full. That's popped up and away. Still a full count. Pop up towards second. Kozar's got that one away. Here's Dom DiMaggio. Takes a pitch outside, ball 1, and that's a strike high, 1-1. Chopped over the mound, and it's Dente who has that one, throws on to first for the out. Williams moves over to third, and that with 2 outs brings up Billy Goodman. Goodman fouls one away, hitting .429. Not too many at-bats, of course. There's a ball to him. It's 1-1. And there's one hit deep to right field, and that sends Lewis all the way back to the wall, but he goes back and catches that ball for the out, and we go to the top of the second. It's Al Kozar who fouls one away, 0-1. There's a ball to him, 1-1. And there's a ground ball second base. Bobby Doerr again throws to first. One gone. Sam Dente now takes the ball. 1-0. Strike in there. Fastball. 1-1. Fly ball. Foul ball. Right field line foul. 1-2. Another foul ball. Still 1-2. Fouled off the thumbs. Remains 1-2. And that's outside. It's 2-2 on Sam. Holds up on that one. It's a full count now on him. That's fouled off the end of the bat. Full count remains. And there's ball 4, and so Dente goes to first. That's the 18th walk that Mickey Harris has given up, and here comes Buddy Lewis. There's a curveball that's loose, kind of flew out of his hands. 1-0, now 1-1. There's 2-1 now the count after a ball. That is high. It's 3-1 on Buddy, and that's way too high, so it's another walk, 2 here in a row. That'll bring up Eddie Yost with the runners on at first and second, only 1 out. 2-0 quickly the count on Yost. Swing and a miss. We'll throw to third, and he is thrown out. Good throw by Tebbets. So Birdie gets him, and there's 2 away now. 2-1 the count on Eddie Yost. Yost only hitting 176. There's another strike to him. It's 2-2. And there's a grounder out in front of the plate. Harris has that and throws to first for the out. Eddie Yost not hitting well at all. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Al Zarilla for the Red Sox, who promptly hits a fly ball to Lewis in right field. 1 away. Johnny Pesky up there now. Takes the strike at the knees, 0-1. That one's high, 1-1 on Johnny. Fly ball left field, Stewart's got that, 2 away. Here's Birdie Tebbets, and he hits one over to the right field side. Lewis has that for the out. We go to the top of the third. Here is Sid Hudson, ground ball, second base. Bobby Doerr's got it on to first, 1 away. Eddie Robinson comes up now and takes the ball outside, and there's a ball tight, 2-0 the count. Fouled back, 2-1 now on Robinson. And that's a fastball high. It's a 3-1 count, and he chases that one. Full count now on Eddie. He lays off of that one and takes the walk. So it's 3 walks today by Mickey Harris. He's having a hard time. And that's a wild pitch as he overthrew that one. So Robinson able to move to second. It's 1-0 on Stewart. There's a foul ball out of play, 1-1. And 2-1 as that was too close inside. That's fouled straight back, 2-2. Pop-up out of play. Remains 2-2. That's fouled back again, 2-2. That's hit right up the middle for a base hit, and Robinson will hold at third. Stewart gets the single, and that's the first hit of the game for Washington. Here now is Clyde Fulmer. 1 out. We'll have the infield playing back for the double play. Fulmer swings and misses a 1. And there's one popped up and foul over the press box, 0-2. Curveball just misses, 1-2. And there's a ground ball over to Stevens on to Dewar at second, and then over to first for the double play before the run scores. And so we go to the bottom of the third. Still no score. Bobby Dewar up there now. Takes the ball high. And a strike. Sinker in there for a strike, and that's off the plate. 2-1. Ground ball over to third. Yost on to first. 1 gone. Mickey Harris comes up, and he takes a strike, 0-1, and there's another strike outside corner, 0-2, and there's a swing and a miss of that one. Harris strikes out, 2 gone. Ted Williams takes the ball, 1-0, and 2-0 now. Williams with that double, hitting .378 now. 2-1 is the count on him, 2-2, and that's up and in. It's a full count now on Ted, and that one hangs up and in, and so Ted takes his base on the walk, and that'll bring up Vern Stevens, and hits one over to the right field alley, but Fulmer, the center fielder, is there for it. And we go to the top of the fourth. So Al Evans up here for the Senators, no score. Top of the fourth, takes a ball from Mickey Harris. Harris has walked 3, and that's another ball low and inside. 2-0 the count on Evans. Changeup misses low. It's 3-0 on him, and there is a strike. 3-1. The pitch is in. Line drive to third base. Pesky grabs that for the out. 1 away. Here's Al Kozar, and he takes one in the dirt for a ball. There's another ball. 2-0 on Kozar. There's a strike. It's 2-1. Fly ball right field line. Dewar goes back trying to find that one and cannot hold on to it, but it's a foul ball anyway. 2-2. There's a little line drive center field. Dom DiMaggio rushes in, but can't get to it, and that's a base hit for Kozar. Here now is Sam Denty, runner on at first, and there's a ground ball over to Dewar again, the human vacuum machine over there, and Kozar moves over to second. 2 down, runner on at second. Here is Buddy Lewis. Lewis takes a strike, 0-1, and a ball. 1-1 the count on Lewis, and that's high. 2-1. As low and outside, it's 3-1 on Buddy, and there's a swing and a miss. Full count now on Buddy Lewis. Ground ball down the first base line. Goodman grabs that one, runs over to the bag, and does it himself. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and this will be Dom DiMaggio. Fast-moving ball game. Here is DiMaggio, takes a ball. 0 for 1 today, 359 the average. Another ball to him, 2-0. That's hit over to left field, and that is way over the monster. It's about 15 feet over the monster. How hard was that hit? And that's his third home run of this series, 5th of the season, and it's 1-0 now for the Red Sox. Here is Billy Goodman, who hits one up the middle, I believe, off of Robinson and off Kozar, so it was on the right side into right field for a base hit, and that brings up Al Zarilla. 1-0 Red Sox, bottom of the fourth, and there's a foul ball by Zarilla, 0-1. Lined and caught by the first baseman Robinson for the out, 1 away. Here's Johnny Pesky. Pesky takes the ball low, and that misses again. 2-0 the count on Johnny. That's off the end of the bat, and nobody has a play anywhere, and so their runners now in first and second. Here comes Birdie Tebbets. 1-0 Red Sox with the lead. Strike in there to Tebbets. It's 0-1, and he swings and misses at that one, 0-2. That's hit to right center field. Lewis running after that one, won't get to that. That's a single for Tebbets, and he drives in another run. It is 2-0 Red Sox. Here now is Bobby Dewar. Bobby, and that one gets away. No, time was called by Dewar at the plate, so nothing happens. We'll go back to where we were, runners on at first and third. Strike in there to Bobby, 0-1. That's fouled away. It's 0-2 quickly, and that's hit to the gap and left. That's through to the wall. That'll score 1. Here comes Tebbets around trying to score as well, and he does score. It's a double for Bobby, and it's 4-0 Red Sox. That'll bring up Mickey Harris, runner on at second. So the Red Sox have come alive. There's a ball in there to Harris and a strike inside corner. 1-1. Ground ball third base. Yost has it. Looks Dewar back and throws to first. 2 away. Here is Williams, and they're going to walk him intentionally. Then they'll put Dick Welteroth in. So Welteroth comes in for the Senators here to face Vern Stevens. Always risky to walk anybody at the beginning of this lineup. Here's a ball to Stevens and a strike, 1-1. Fouled away, it's 1-2. Stevens takes that for a ball, 2-2. And that one misses. It's a full count now on Vern. And that's way off the plate. And so Stevens walks again, 2 walks in a row. There was the intentional one and the non-intentional one, and that'll bring up Dom DiMaggio. He's already got a home run. There's a ball in there to Dom, 1-0. And a strike, 1-1. It's hit deep to left field, and Stewart is able to catch that one. Wind coming in from left, and so we go to the top of the fifth. Here's Eddie Yost, and he takes a strike right at the knees from Mickey Harris. 4-0 Red Sox, top of the fifth inning. 1-2 the count on Yost. Pop up out of play, and a change up, and he goes around, and that strike on number 2 for Harris. A little bit better luck for Harris so far. Next up is Welteroth, the pitcher, hits a fly ball straight to Dom DiMaggio in center, 2 away. Here's Eddie Robinson, and he fouls 1 away, 0-1. Takes another strike, 0-2. That's fouled away, still 0-2 on Eddie. and that's hit straight over to Zarilla in right field, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 4-0 Red Sox halfway through this game, and here's Billy Goodman. Red Sox scoring 4 runs despite that wind blowing in. 1-1 the count on Goodman, and that's off the plate. It's 2-1. Fouled away. 2-2 on Billy, and that's fouled away again. That's a ball inside and high. Full count now on Goodman. It's fouled away. Count remains full. Chopper right side. Kozar has it. Throws to first. 1 gone. Here's Alzarilla once again. Takes 1 low and outside. 1-0. And there's one on the corner for a strike. 1-1. That's swung on a miss. It's 1-2 the count. That's high. 2-2. And that's below the knees. Zarilla chases it, and there's 2 away. Here now, Johnny Pesky. And he hits a little drive over Kozar's head, and that's another single for the Red Sox, and that will bring in a new pitcher, Joe Haynes. I think we've seen all of these Senators pitchers already in recent games. Tebbets takes the ball and then hits a ground ball left side. Yost has it and throws on to first. We go to the top of the 6th, and it'll be Bud Stewart here for the Senators. And Stewart hits that one deep to right field. Forget about that. That baby is gone, and it's a 4-1 ball game just like that. Clyde Fulmer now up for Washington. 4-1 Red Sox with the lead. That's a strike in there to Fulmer and a foul ball. 0-2. And he swings and misses on a pitch that's low, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Harris. 1 away. Here is Al Evans. Evans takes the ball outside, and another one for a ball. 2-0, and that one is low. 3-0. Breaking ball in there. 3-1. Ground ball up the middle and through for a hit, and that'll bring up Al Kozar. So the Senators starting to come back a little bit. Quick strike in there to Kozar, 0-1, and that's a ball. Harris having a hard time finding that plate. Fouled away, 1-2. Wide of the plate, 2-2 now on Kozar. Ground ball up the middle. Dewar can't get to that one, and that's a base hit, and that'll bring up Sam Denty. And that's hit up the middle again, and here comes Evans around to score. DiMaggio's throw is not in time, and he's safe. 4-2 now the lead. Still only 1 out top of the 6th, and Buddy Lewis takes the strike. Ground ball to first. Goodman goes to second, and that's all they get. No return throw. So there's 2 out now, and here is Eddie Yost. He takes a strike. Fouls 1 away. It's 0-2 on Eddie. Breaking ball just misses inside. 1-2. Chopper up the middle. Stevens grabs that, throws on to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-2 Red Sox with the lead. Here's Bobby Dewar, and he takes a strike. 0-1. And there's a fastball low. 1-1. That's just wide. 2-1. That one misses. 3-1 the count, and that's high and away for ball 4, and Bobby goes down to first, and that'll bring up Mickey Harris. We're going to take him out of this game. Who do we put in? Who should we put in? We'll probably give Merle Combs will get a chance here to a pinch hit. So Combs comes into this game hitting .333, 1 for 3. He takes the ball, and a strike, 1-1. It's low and outside, 2-1 on Merle, and that misses. 3-1 the count from Joe Haynes. Throw to first, but nothing happening. And that's on the outside corner for a strike, full count. There's a fly ball left field. Stewart, though, is able to get that because the wind keeps it in. 1 away. Here now is Ted Williams, 1 for 1 today, and walked twice. Takes a ball and hits one down to right field line, just foul. 1-1. It's a fastball in tight, 2-1, and that's hit down the right field line again, just foul. 2-2. Ground ball to Denty, and he boots that one, and everyone's going to be safe. And so that's the first error on the Senators. Here comes Vern Stevens, and they're going to change pitchers again. It'll be Lloyd Hitler who comes up there. 4 innings pitched, 11.25 ERA. There's a ground ball by Stevens over to Denty, and he has that, tries to flip over to Kozar, and it's not in time, and the bases are loaded now for Dom DiMaggio again. He was in this position already today. 1 out. There's a strike in there to Dom as he swung and missed. That's inside, 1-1 on Dom. And that's a looping liner to right field. That's going to score at least 1. Here comes Williams around to try to score as well. There's a throw to second. DiMaggio's going to be thrown out trying to stretch that. Williams scores. It's a 6-2 ball game, and that brings up Billy Goodman. So the Red Sox continue to hit the ball all over the park against the Senators. That from Goodman is a ground ball up the middle. Kozar with a diving stop, and that one throws to first, and it's nowhere near in time. That'll make this a 7-2 lead. And here is now Al Zarilla, and the Senators have been really, they need to work on this pitching. Zarilla up there takes a strike, and then another strike. It's 0-2. And that's hit well to right center field. It's Volmer who has that for the out. And we go now to the top of the 7th inning. 7-2 is the score. The question is who's going to come in here for Boston to relieve? Probably Frank Quinn. we'll have him go ahead here and hit ninth. There's no really a reason to worry about this with the 7-2 advantage. Sherry Robertson now hits a fly ball over to right field. Alzarilla's got that one away. Here's Eddie Robinson. Robinson takes a ball, hits that one off his own foot, so it's foul. 1-1. That's high and outside. 2-1, and there's ball 3. 3-1 on Eddie. There's strike 2 called on him. Full count now on Robinson, and that's down and in, so he takes ball 4, and Quinn has walked one. Here now is Bud Stewart, who takes the ball. Quinn, 10 innings pitched, and no earned runs yet. Stewart now 1-1 the count. There's a ball to him. It's 2-1. Hit down to the right side foul. 2-2, and that's low. Full count now on Stewart. Hit over to right center field, and DiMaggio, center fielder, has a long run for that, won't get it, and so they're runners on the corners now for the Senators. Here is Clyde Fulmer. Fulmer takes the ball low and away, and there's a slapped ball down to shortstop, and that one eats up Stevens. That's going to be an error on Stevens, and that scores the run. And so it's a 7-3 ball game. Of course, for Quinn, no earned run because of the error. Al Evans up now, takes the ball, and then fouls one away, 1-1. Foul back, it's 1-2 on Evans. Hit deep to center, and that baby is gone. And that makes this a 7-6 ball game. Wow, talk about your surprises. So I thought for sure that the Red Sox would be able to get out of this inning easily. It looked like the Senators were just kind of folding. And instead, here in the top of the 7th inning, Al Evans has hit a monster 3-run homer. There's 4 runs in for the Senators, and it's a 7-6 ball game, and Quinn has to come out. So much for the mighty Eskimo Quinn. We're going to put in Tex Houston, I think, is the guy we're going to have pitch here. You got to be careful. I'm trying to make sure that we don't overuse any of these pitchers. But Quinn just hasn't been able to get anybody out. Here comes Tex. Tex, 12 innings pitched, 3.75 ERA, 1-0 is his record. That's a ground ball over to Stevens by Kozar, and he throws to first, 2 away. Sam Denty now takes the strike. So Quinn only got one man out and gave up 4 runs. Here's Denty, and he pops one up, and Bobby Dewar is under that one at second, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Johnny Pesky here for the Red Sox. Pesky is 2 for 3 today. 286 the average, 347 respectable slugging percentage, 0-2 the count on Johnny, and that was away, 1-2, and that's low, 2-2 now the count, and that's popped up out of play, 2-2 remains on Johnny. Ground ball right side through for a base hit. He's now 3 for 4, and that'll bring up Birdie Tebbets. So normally I would just say, yeah, we're just going to have him swing away, but now I'm thinking let's do some hit and run. We got to do something to make sure that we don't lose this game. And that one is hit deep over to center field, and that ends up hitting off of the service door out there in the wall, and that will score the runner Pesky, who got a good jump start to it. Tebbets with a double. It's 8-6. Here now Bobby Dewar, and here come the Red Sox. Walt Masterson, the new pitcher for the Senators. I've lost track of how many there have been. That's a ground ball to Christman at short, throws to first, and there's one away. Here's Tex Houston, who's going to pitch for himself. Takes the ball. It's his first at-bat this season, and it's a fly ball over to Fulmer in center field. Tebbets isn't going anywhere, 2 away. Here now is Ted Williams, who's 1 for 2 today. And they're going to walk him again for the 3rd time today, intentional walk. That brings up Vern Stevens, and he takes a strike, 0-1. That's on the inside corner. It's 0-2 on Stevens, and that one's low, 1-2. And a little ground ball through the infield for a base hit, and Tebbets is going to play it safe here. Here comes Dom DiMaggio for the 3rd time in this game with the bases loaded. DiMaggio is driven in 3, 2 for 4. 5:45 against Washington. The play-by-play just told me 1-1 the count, 1-2. Masterson gets ahead, and that's hit deep to right field. Fulmer is on his horse over there to get it, the center fielder, I should say, and that does it. We go to the top of the 8th. See if Tex can hold him. 8-6 the score. There's a ball into Christman, and then a bouncing ball up the middle. Bobby Dewar has it, throws to first, 1 away. Eddie Yost now takes a strike right at the knees and fouls 1 away, 0-2. There's one outside, 1-2, and that's high, 2-2 on Yost. Just outside, full count. Hard ground ball down the third base line, and that's a fair ball, and Williams is going to go over there and get that, but Yost, meanwhile, is over at second base with an easy stand-up double. That brings up Sherry Robertson with the runner on at second, down by 2. Robertson fouls 1 away. It's 0-1, and there's a sinker swung on a miss. It's 0-2, and there's strike 3. Good pitch by Houston. 2 away. Here's Eddie Robertson, always dangerous. He takes the ball, 1-0, and that's outside, 2-0. Curve just right in there, 2-1. 3-1, as that was low, and he holds up in time on that one, and that's a base on balls, and that brings up Buddy Stewart. So Stewart, 3 for 4 in this game with an RBI, takes the ball. And there's another ball to him, 2-0. 23 RBIs this season, and that's down and in. It's 3-0. And there's the strike, 3-1. And there's ball 4 high by Houston. So he's had some problems. He's walked 2 here in this inning. That brings up Clyde Fulmer, who takes a ball. And there's a ground ball, third base. Pesky will grab that one. That's actually a line drive, not a I'm sorry, it is a ground ball. He goes to the bag himself. We go to the bottom of the 8th. So the Red Sox survive a big scare with the bases loaded. Here's Billy Goodman. He takes a ball high, 1-0. And that's popped up out of play, 1-1. Ground ball left side. Yost has it on to first. Goodman just thrown out. Masterson with the throw. 1 away. Here's Al Zarilla. Ball in there to Al, 1-0. Fouled away. It's 1-1 now on Zarilla. Bouncer over to Robertson, the first baseman, and he will hit Masterson covering at the bag, 2 away. Here's Johnny Pesky. Fouled 1 away, 0-1 on Johnny. And that's a fly ball, medium left field. Stewart's got that for the out easily, and we go to the top of the 9th. So this is where normally we would bring in some sort of a relief specialist or something, but as you can see here from the save tab, there's nobody. I guess Ellis Kinder, but we're going to start him tomorrow. Tex Houston, well, he's in there right now, so it's going to be Tex. See if he can get this save. Al Evans up there now. Ground ball off the mound. That's into center field for a base hit. How about that? So there's a potential for a comeback, and we'll see if the Senators can make it happen. Evans now is the runner on at first base. Nobody out here, top of the 9th inning. And up next is Kozar, Al Kozar, 2 for 4 today. So Evans now 3 for 5 with that big 3-run homer. Ball 1 in there to Kozar, and he takes 1 low. It's 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1 to Al. And swing and a miss at that one is 2-2. And that's up the middle for a base hit, and there you go, 2 hits in a row, and that brings up the pitcher's spot, and you better believe that they're going to take out Walt Masterson. Now, the question that we have is, what do you think? Do you think that we should leave Houston in this game, or do you think we should take him out? This is one of those things I always talk about here on this channel, which is trying to figure out how to get the bullpen usage right. We're going to leave him in for the time being, and it's Ralph Weigel who comes in. Not much of a hitter so far this season. Ground ball right side. DeWer fields that, thrips over to Steven for 1 on to first for the double play. Evans sneaks over to third, but it may be too little too late. Here's Mark Christman, not much of a hitter. Shortstop, backup shortstop, takes the ball and then swings and misses at 1. It's 1-1. Slider is low. It's 2-1 now on Christman, and there's one inside for a ball, 3-1. There's a strike in the inside corner. It's a full count on Mark. Ground ball over to second. DeWer goes down and gets that one and throws on to first for the out, and that does it. So the Red Sox survive. 8-6 is the final score. They survive a late onslaught by the Senators, and they're probably going, well, they're definitely going to stay in first place. The question is whether the Indians can win their doubleheader. I'm looking over at the schedule now, and yeah, the Indians and White Sox play a doubleheader today. Yankees and Athletics only have a single game, so there is a chance if the Indians can sweep that they will tie with the Red Sox for first place. We'll see what happens, and we'll see starting tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, rather, for the next game. We'll have another game, though, tomorrow, as we always do, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.